Congratulations. National court.
Okay, so let me stop sharing. And did you see that video? I'm so glad you recorded it. That was so precious. When I saw that, I was just like, yes, yes, that's so exciting. So thank you for sharing that video. That was fantastic. I wanted to do this before I brought you on. So it's okay. It's okay. So this is her family. This is her family. And let me turn off the comments. I don't know how to do that. There we go. Okay, this is her family. So Oscar is her husband for 35 years. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. She has a son who is 31 and her daughter, who I am sporting her head right now, Lucretia, 33. Did I get her name right? Did I spell it?
That is correct. That you're one of the few that gets it correct.
Personal sales, but I can at least spell this. So I am excited to now, of course, let me drop my banners and present to you Miss Mary. So yay, Mary, thanks for being on. Thank you for your time. And then let's start with the 5 times that you were on the Princess Half Court. How far did you make it? And, any thoughts about that? And then I do want to get into what made this year, the one, the first time that you have ever crossed the 40,000 retail line.
Well, foremost, first, thank you for this opportunity and privilege to allow me to speak to my other sister consultants, which I have admit we're all pink sisters together. So
that's right.
Thank you. And I just hope what I say tonight will be just a help and a blessing.
It is.
To any of your sisters consultants. So the first question is about the Princess Court.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my sales director is Esther Andrews.
Oh, my dear Esther.
Yes, the beautiful Esther Andrews. And 5 years ago, when she started with me, she worked on me, helping me build consistency before it came into play.
I love it. I love it.
Okay. And so she helped me build.
Uh-huh.
And so each time build, that means I was doing active orders. Okay. That's what I was doing, active orders at 225. And so each week, she challenged me to double it.
Oh, I love it.
She challenged me to double it. So I couldn't stay at the same number. Gotcha. So I built that 225 into being consistent of a 600.
I love it.
Wholesale order.
Yes. Okay.
And so leading up to that, towards the end of my first year, she said, guess what? I'll never forget, her secretary told me, she said, you was 1,000 away from finishing up the half court. But remember, I was starting with the 225.
Wow.
And I built it to where I was doing 600 wholesale on a regular basis every month.
Wow.
And I divided that up. That 1 month, that 600, I was having $100 days. That's what it was, $100 days.
Yeah.
I had to find something simple because where I were in my life at that time.
Yeah.
So had a lot going on because my mom at the time was living and I was a caregiver. So I needed to that time management was very important.
Yeah.
So as she helped me there, when I seen that, then I reached out to my customers and told them I was on target for the quarter sales. I didn't say Princess School. I just say the quarter sales, and I told them
Mhm.
this was my first time. And so I upselled them. So I went up a little more.
Yes.
And that was my first time finishing up Princess quarter sales.
Awesome. Okay, so you're saying that you did it 5 years, but year zero
Mm-hmm.
started at 225. She encouraged you to double and
Mm-hmm.
focus on $100 days. And within that year, you were
Mm-hmm.
1,000 wholesale away from Princess Court. That's it.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I love it. I love it. So you were growing from 225 to 600.
Exactly.
Perfect. I love it. Okay. And
So
that,
anybody can do it. So you see what a little consistent, Miss Esther, she's gonna add a little more to it.
yes, I love it. Okay. So bring us to this year now. Was she the one who said, maybe you should consider Pearl level now? Or how?
No.
Okay.
This was a big ball year. As you know, the past couple of years we've dealt with COVID. When I reflect back, and it's important to reflect back on your business.
Yes.
And I had reflect back. I said, okay,
Lessons.
yes, that's. I said, I reflect back. I said, okay, I had been sapphire, I had been ruby, I had been diamond, I had been emerald. I said, you know what? I've never been that pearl. I've never been that pearl. I cannot tell you. It was just a pivot moment. I said, I want that pearl.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I just wanted that pearl. It's like I felt complete because I can say I had been at all levels. So
Nice.
within those 5 years, it's me being consistent and building that was pushing me to a higher level of star consultant.
Yeah, and that is key because as you're working, not only are you achieving the 600, the jewelry every month, but you're also earning star consultant prizes. And then you're also a star consultant all 4 quarters, so then you win the consistency challenge, which is just mind blowing. Like it all success begets success is what I always say. And that's what it's a prime example of that.
Yes. And so what I added the goal is I wanted to add so many new customers.
Mm,
I already had great customers, but I wanted to add new customers. And so I made the decision because I had to learn how to embrace this technology.
hmm.
This was the pivoted moment. And so I made a list. I said, well, if I embrace this, they can be in the comfort of their home. They don't have to worry about a babysitter. They don't, basically, I was putting myself in their shoes.
Yeah.
And so I made the decision. I said, okay, I want this pearl. I said, we're going to reach this pearl. we're going we're gonna reach this pearl. I made a decision to set my 2 days, the days that I wanted to have my virtual appointment. And I didn't know nothing about Zoom. I couldn't bring myself to do Facebook Live. Okay. So I said something has to change. I have to do something different. So I got with some friends and I said, okay, look, I'm going to try this Zoom and I just want y'all to just get on there with me. Just help me so I can get
Yeah,
used to it.
practice.
And so when I did that, I'm like, oh, this is not as bad as I thought it would be because we talk in our brain.
Right.
We talk ourselves out of things. And so I did that. And one day, that daughter, you talk about Lucretia, she said, oh, Mom, I have a great idea. It's great to have those young adults. She
Yeah.
said, have you ever thought about doing your facial with your guests? And I kind of gave her a look. I said, no, but I'm teaching. She said, I challenge you to try it.
Nice.
And so what I did was come up with a theme.
Has she been watching Jennifer Bessaker's
I,
videos?
I, I tried it
Yeah.
and I have to tell you that had to be the best thing she ever told me to do.
what was it? What's
It's because it when I booked it and enjoy with the ladies, I asked them, did they have fun? And the one thing that they said it was exciting to see that you was transparent. Most people that see me think I'm glammed up all the time.
yeah,
So they got to see my skin. They
yeah,
got to see Mary. They
yeah.
didn't see Mary Dupree is the Mary Kay consultant. They got to see Mary. And it
They
was
just
relaxed.
find the mask.
Yes. And I had fun. I said, oh, and it was a bedtime pamper session. I said, "Oh, well, I'm good." They had their favorite PJs. I had, and they was relaxing, and I'm like, "I can do this."
Yeah.
And that was the kickoff, and that's when the sales went up even more.
Hmm. Hmm. From your 20,000, from your 20,000 marker, then you started holding virtual parties over Zoom.
Yes, and I will hold them on Friday nights
Yep.
and Sunday evenings.
Okay.
And then, of course, I had my script
Your
and the book.
was
Huh?
it your schedule?
Yes, that was my schedule. And I knew that I could catch people home. Basically, they didn't give me this, I wouldn't say give me the rejection like, oh, I'm too busy.
Yeah.
That Friday evening, and it would be like between 7 and 7:30. They're
Yeah.
going to bed. I started with the other days of the week, and I didn't want to get into that frustration mode because they would start canceling. But when I went to that Friday and that Sunday evening,
I love it. Perfect. Two choices. I like that.
yes.
Yeah. Two choices.
And what I love about Zoom, I embraced it, and it's free for 40 minutes.
Yes.
So you did. So to me, when I looked at that, that kept me on schedule. I
Yes.
was timely.
Yeah.
And what we did was
And it keeps
that
everybody from talking too, like interrupting you.
exactly they really, it was like they was in a massage therapy.
Yeah.
That's what it, and there was no color. It was all skincare.
Yeah. Of course. That's what I love. You don't have to do the glam. You just get their face ready for bed. Yes. Awesome.
And that's what I worked on. I said, okay, we reaching this pearl star. So by career conference, I went in as the princess court before Chris career conference.
Yay.
So that was already done.
All done. I love it.
All done. And when I looked at and I knew I was tracking my star, and I got so busy with my appointments and
Repeat
then
that, Mary.
I was tracking. Yeah, tracking, the word tracking, TRACK. It is important. That I want to make a little start with that. That is one of the lessons that being in the Princess Court taught me is the track.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you can miss it and
Right.
not even realize it, because reflect back and then being in the Princess Court, if my sales director wouldn't have called and told me I was 1,000 away,
And yeah.
I've been crying there.
Oh,
Um, and in the midst of this year, I want to say to the consultants, here was the kicker: pay attention to the company,
mm-hmm.
pay attention to your company. And you notice my eyes getting big, ah, getting real big. When they put out that double credit month,
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Or
please,
buy one, get one free on the pink clay mask.
yes.
The 60% off. Like I
Oh,
yeah.
th-
Yeah.
those little trickies there.
Yes.
Don't don't miss those.
No. No.
And so I want to add a point that the Queen's Quarter sales was not my goal. As I'm talking to you, as I keep talking about that Pearl Star, that
Mhm.
was my goal.
Right.
That was my goal. It was not to be on the Queen's Quarter sale. That would go, and I was fine. Come up until May
Mhm.
when the company notified me. When I got that notification,
Yes.
Ms. Dupree, you are way past the half court. You are here,
Pick a
and you're definitely on target
Yeah,
to be on the quarter sales,
that's right.
personal quarter sales.
That is right.
Um,
And they
got it.
asked you to pick a prize too, right?
Yes, they did. They asked me to pick a prize, and I picked a pink. Of course, pink is my favorite color. And I selected that, and I sat at my desk like I'm sitting now. I cried because Mary Kay, we do June the 30th is our end of the year seminar year. Then July the 1st starts a new year.
Right.
I seen that ring July the 1st. My words were sitting at my computer. Oh, that's beautiful. That's my favorite color. And I cut the computer off. It was never on the goal poster. It
Mhm.
was never tracking it. Nothing like that
Okay.
at all. I just wanted my pearl star.
Right.
That's what I wanted to say. I reached all levels of star consultant. That was important to me.
Yes.
Back
Yes.
to when the company notified me, I picked a pink ring and they said, okay, you are this amount.
Mm.
And I was 6,000.
Retail.
No. 12,000 retail.
12,000 retail, 6,000 wholesale. Gotcha.
Hmm.
In
So
May.
they notified me in May.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, so
May.
we want to hear.
Yeah, May. And I went in my prayer closet and I said, God, okay, I need your help because this is big. This is big for me. This is big for me. And immediately I reached out to my customers and I did a pic collage,
Yep.
a picture of me, not of it, a picture of me, a picture of the ring,
Yep.
and let them know that I was definitely for the first time on target for the Queen's Court of personal sales.
Yes.
Now, here's your kicker. We end up having double credit twice within a year. Then we had this big 60%. Now, I had appointments booked, new appointments, all of them canceled, all of them rescheduled for the month of May.
Say that again.
After I found out, I had events and appointments, parties booked for the month of May.
Yes.
Every last one of them canceled.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
No.
pausing for a minute.
Yes.
I had a decision right then and there. Was I going to give up
Yeah, you did.
or
Mhm.
was I going to keep going?
Right. And it would have been easy because 6,000, Mary, even directors would be going, no, no, 6,000, no, I'm just not even going to worry about that. Like, no, mm-mm. But
I said,
tell us what you thought and what you believed.
I looked up, went, had my prayer time with God, and I said, okay. I said, my director said, God rewards the efforts. This is what I have, and the rest is on you. My focus, I talked to my team, they knew what was going on. And I said, okay, this is all I'm going to be focusing on.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all take care of this, take care of that. There was nothing else. So
Gotcha.
I reach out to my customers. And when I tell you, when I told them, they didn't even buy anything.
I understand. Totally.
But I'm finna tell you what happened.
I kept saying every order counts, big,
Yes,
small.
but let me say this. What they did was they were so excited for me is
Mhm.
that they didn't want the product. I just had money sent to me.
No, are you serious? That didn't happen to
I'm
me.
I'm I'm trying to be not big teary eyed girl.
Oh
When I said they wanted to be a part of me finishing up the goal,
wow,
they
Mary.
didn't even ask for the product.
Oh, they couldn't figure out what they needed. They just wanted to contribute. I
They
get.
just wanted to contribute.
Oh my gosh. Wow. What did you give them a gift certificate? Right? You gave them.
Oh,
Yeah.
matter of fact, as of this Saturday, they got something extra special for
Yeah.
them.
Good. Okay. Perfect.
Something special. But
Just
they wanted to help and
that's
they
awesome.
got with their family, friends, and referred, and I could not keep up.
Oh my God. So
I couldn't
so
I could not keep up.
because let me
With
ask
what-
you this really fast
yes.
because I have so many questions. So do you have a customer Facebook group, first of all?
Yes, I do.
Okay, yes.
I
Hallelujah. Okay.
I have a face. I
So
surely do.
that's where you were tracking, that's where you were keeping track of how many more and you shared with your customers like I did it with how many orders. So I needed in June, I needed 2,200 wholesale.
Mhm.
And so I shared, I was like, yeah, if I sell, 100 bucks a person is what I average. So I need 25 orders, 26 fit on my spreadsheet on my little pick. And so
Mhm.
I took my ring, I took my pick, I did, a spreadsheet and I put it on there so that they could see. And I had like 3 orders at the beginning of June. And so every time I got an order, I would fill in the name and I'd repost, repost, repost. Were you doing that in orders to help go
No.
go down, or what did you do? Okay.
Nope. I didn't do anything like that. I got on the phone and called.
Uh-huh.
You start with that phone
No, no,
call.
no. I mean, like in your group. My
In
question
my
group
in my group, I just post.
post
That's
what?
all.
What did
All I did was post that I was on target for Queen's
you
Court.
did one post?
I just did one post.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay.
I
Gotcha.
did one post. Then I personally called,
Right. And
text,
it's okay.
and
So that,
email.
yes, totally. Private message, smoke signal. Yes, totally understand. So then going back to your comment of um, they started just sending me people, their friends, their family, which is like, hallelujah. Where did they send? Did they just send their name and number? Did they add them, invite them to your Facebook private group? Was it a mix?
It was a little bit of mix, but because my customers know my website and they're registered on my website, that raised up the bar of me having new customers because they register on my website.
Nice. Okay, perfect.
So I have all their information.
Yes, that's right where you want them. Yes, most definitely.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. And now, let me ask one more question, and then
Sure.
I'll continue. So then you said when you started May, all of
hmm
your appointments canceled. Did they reschedule or did they just cancel? Were they just gone or were you able to like at least reschedule them into late May, June?
They did. They just said the timing just wasn't right. It just went silent.
Interesting.
It just went silent. The graduation was going on. I had a graduation, so it was a lot of activities going on,
Right.
but I still kept my focus on calling and booking new appointments.
Okay. Perfect. So you split your time with
My
connect.
customers
Yes.
and new appointments.
Yes. I love it. Okay. So go ahead and finish. And then still have more, a couple more questions.
So as I was saying in May, that's when my customers was adding on,
Nice.
calling in. I said, okay. So that order went in. That order went in. And I went out of the blue sky, I just happened to check, and that's when I seen I was 400 for my pearl
In May.
in May. I'm
Oh
like,
my gosh. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
like, oh, okay, well, all that's done. Okay, let me go and take care of that. I was just over the moon because
Yes.
I was like, oh,
Yes.
that's there,
That,
that's there. I was excited about that, and after I put in that order, I was just charade, and I'm like,
oh my gosh.
that moved the numbers up a little more. I'm like,
Yes.
oh, I really am that close to Queen's Quarter personal sales.
Right.
But again, my brain was my pearls. That was just that's it was just that pearl star. That's what my heart was.
It's amazing.
And I'm like, okay, I knew I ordered the ring. I
Yeah.
knew the company contact me, but it that was my heart was my pearl star. And when I put that in, I'm like, wow,
And again,
this is really real.
you could have said, like, if the next person said no or didn't answer or hung up on you, you could have easily said, hey, Mary, I achieved my goal. My goal was Pearl. I'm done. I can just coast for the next few weeks because I achieved what I did. I can wait for the new, like I heard, I'm going to wait for the new year to start. Okay, so what gave you the grit to keep going and not do that and not say, well, I already achieved it, it's too far.
The decision, step out of my comfort zone, because at that moment I hit a pivot moment. I'm coming up on my 20th year of being in Mary Kay, and
Awesome.
I have not missed not one seminar. No, I missed one seminar
Uh-huh.
since I've been in. So I'm coming up on my 19 seminar,
Wow.
and just seeing those ladies, I was their biggest cheerleaders.
Yeah.
And for somebody, I could not see myself.
Yes.
It was like, oh, that's for them. Oh, I would be their biggest pom poms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, I was the big cheerleader for everybody
Yes.
except for me.
Oh, oh, that just that hurts my
And
heart.
yeah, and I remember you now.
You're spot on.
I remember seeing you, walk across stage, and it's just I can remember going to seminar and seeing these things. And in
Mhm.
my office, 5 years ago, well, I want to say maybe about 4 years ago, the president allowed the Princess Court to walk across seminar
Yes.
stage.
Yes.
That was my first time, and so when he came back and said why they allowed that, which they are allowing it again this seminar, and so excited. I have that picture and I said, why can't I?
Right.
So I had to
Yeah.
talk to myself, but I didn't have the confidence.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, head going back down. I said, all right, this is the kick here. I said, okay, went back in. I said, all right, your new appointments, y'all gonna be there. I said, I know we got some more people. So my customers was asking me, where are you?
Yes.
Where are you? And so when I let them know, they said, okay, we finna get some more help. And so with me doing virtually, they got in contact with family members and friends from other states. See, remember I said I
More
embraced the
girls. Oh
I
my
embraced the
goodness.
virtual.
Yeah.
I embraced that virtual.
No,
I
no.
believe if I wouldn't embrace that virtual, I wouldn't have got new customers from other. I done been to California, North Carolina, Washington. So
No.
they
That,
started ordering on my website and everything. And that's when everybody was saying, well, we traveling now. So I had the product. And then when the company announced about the 60%,
Hallelujah.
I'm like, okay, it's good. And so that's when I really it got tracked down to the wire. I said, now I see what sales directors go through. And I said, okay, I prayed again. I said, good Lord, I don't want it to finish up June the 30th. I want it a little more early.
Yeah. And
I
you,
want it early. And
Mary,
so I
oh my,
clamped down on my time management.
what?
And that, when I say time management, that means I was on the phone for so many hours and I was flashing off.
So tell me what you, so May, starting June, what did you start with? Like, how much did you, where were you?
Okay, I finished my pearl. See, I keep still talking about my pearl.
Yes.
So by that time, by that time, it was 4,000.
Okay.
So
So
8,000. It was 8,000 retail.
8,000 retail for this on by June 1st is when you started?
Mm-hmm.
OMG, Mary. And you finished before. You did it like in 3 weeks. Okay, so you sold 8,000, a little under because of the 60% off. But the point is you wholesaled 4,000 in like 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
A little three and a half.
Never in my Mary Kay career.
Fine. That I've never done that, Mary. I've never done that. Like that's okay. Now tell us what you did during that. So when you picked up the phone, what were you calling for?
I was letting my customer know. I said, "This is the end of the year. You
Uh-huh.
know, I love you." I said, I need your help.
Mhm.
I'm really on target for the Queen's Court. This is a big goal for me for
Okay,
this Queen's Court of personal sales.
I love it.
What are you in need of?
Yes.
You know, what gifts do you need?
Yeah.
And the one thing in all the years of my Mary Kay business that my sales director has taught us, build customers,
Hmm.
build customers. So I knew I had customers because I my skincare is the number one.
Yes. Yeah.
You can see me glamorous all the time, but if you ask me my passion, it's the skincare.
Yes, for sure.
And so um
Can
they
I
just started.
another question? Did you have a
Sure.
sale with that, or did you just like
No, there was no sale,
no discount, no?
no discount or nothing. I was
Oh,
going to leave that as my backup,
yeah.
but because
Oh,
I didn't need it,
oh my gosh. You didn't have to. And
I didn't have to.
that's another key point because so many people would just say, well, let me just discount it so that I can get the volume up versus let me just call each person. I know I'm confident. I know I'm providing a good product. I know I have excellent knowledge and I know we have great, 100% money back guarantee. So let me just rely on that and build that relationship and share what I need. And that's great. Just ask.
And that's what I did.
And that's important to know because so many people are like, oh, I just have to discount, right? Even I was like, I had a sale, I had a summer clearance,
Hmm.
but it wasn't like 50% off or anything like that. But I still had a summer clearance, and most people were just, I'm like, every order counts, and people were like, I don't need anything.
And I really wasn't.
Mascara.
I was not. And I wasn't even on Facebook. I posted my post, and I told them to private message me. My main contact was on their phone. They heard my voice,
I
or
love it.
they got a text. They got an email.
Love it.
There was nothing on Facebook at all. Period.
Yeah, because people
Because this was big for me.
Yeah, people will definitely watch, and it's almost like I don't want to say it like they want to see if you're going to fail or not. You know what I mean? It's like the bad car accident that you don't want
Mm-hmm.
to, they almost want it to happen so that they can see. You know what I mean? Um,
Right.
and it's because I only needed 3 orders left for like 4 days.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then I purposely didn't say that I completed it because I wanted to see if other people would, take advantage of the sale or want to help.
Mm-hmm.
And
No one. Yeah.
it was through referrals. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah. Okay. So go ahead. Tell me the phone hours. What did you do? How many hours are you talking?
When it got down to the wire, because I wanted to wrap it up early, I did like 2 hours straight,
A day?
7 a day.
That's it?
That is it.
Normal. Okay. Like 7 to 9 in the evening?
It varies.
Yeah.
I was mostly lunchtime.
Okay.
Okay, let me say this. Lunchtime was texting because I knew they was at work.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I knew one thing, they had their phone.
Yes.
Then I had my evening time.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So when they said, what are you running low on? What would you like to reorder? What new things would you like to try?
Yes, and here's the key. Please do your preferred customer program,
Yeah.
because that book had already went out.
Right. Right.
So they was already
Aware of the new.
aware of it. So
Yes.
skincare and new products was going out the door.
I love
I'm a I'm an honorary post office worker.
it. I believe it.
I'm an honorary post office worker because that's where it was, from the house to the post office.
Yes.
To the
Yes.
house to the post office.
I understand. My lady knows me.
Yeah. I'm an honorary postal worker.
I love it. Okay. So just by calling people, asking them, telling them how important the goal is to you and how close you are and asking what they need, how they can help. Then in 3 weeks you sold 7 or 8 thousand.
Hmm.
Oh
And
God. I know
and that
investors
May
like
that May was a little bit, yeah, that May was, I had did 3,000, 6,000 retail in May. All them new, see them. Remember, I said the new appointments had.
yes. So
So in May,
the new people that were referred, were you just doing quick appointments with them? Were you trying to hold parties?
no, they referred their, okay, their families referred and got them to register on my website. So they was already picking, reading up on my website, going through it, picking and choosing what they want.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's
So
awesome. I love it.
the key thing is, by them register, now I have the opportunity to
Yes.
go back and follow up
Yes. Yes.
and go back
Yes. Do all of that.
and build them as a full
Right.
skincare,
Right.
because they were just going on my website and picking things.
Oh my gosh. It's awesome. It's they're you want to do the follow up. How are you enjoying the product? And then let's do a checkup from the neck up appointment. And then let's share the information about Mary Kay and referrals. Like you've got it exactly where you need to be able to move forward and carry it through. How many new customers do you have now from these last 2 months?
I want to say an extra 25.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I am so excited for you. That is fantastic. Wow. I mean, uh, so I know we went way over 15 minutes. My last question is, and first of
Sure.
all, I just want to say, like, I am in an awe. My mind is just, I'm sure Esther's mind is going the same way of just kind of like, this is incredible. And if she can learn from this, and I want to ask that question too. So I have two parts, two questions.
Hmm.
What did you learn? Like, what did you learn about you along this journey? Because it's always not the goal, it's always who you become. So now,
Hmm.
who have you become by achieving this? And then, of course, the Mary Kay Ash question. What's next? What do you have your sights on next?
Okay, go back to that first question because I'm still on cloud now. What's the first question?
The first question is, don't worry, the first question is because it's never ever about the goal. It's always about who you become to achieve the goal. So who have you become now that you are a Queen's Court of Personal Sales Achiever?
Right.
Pearl Consistency
Yeah,
Challenger.
and the um, it's the experience.
Right. It's the experience.
It's it is
And who's Mary now?
where I'm at now. It's the experience.
So your
Um,
experience, is that what you're saying?
yeah, experience. It is an experience for me because again, seeing other people walk across that stage, you're looking at someone that didn't have the confidence in herself.
So you've
So
become
my Mary Kay business is self growth because I low self esteem.
okay. So now
Yeah, I
who
didn't
are
have
you?
the self. Yeah.
So who are you now?
Oh, this confidence, young lady.
Okay.
It gave me the courage and the confidence.
So you're more courageous,
Yes.
confident. What else?
Yes.
Anything else?
That's it for right now.
Oh,
That's it for right now. And it's also, and I've learned also showed me that everybody has different seasons in their life and their business.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so
Oh my God.
um
Oh my gosh.
and at the same time you can compare yourself and not realize it. And at this season I could see myself, but I had to be prepared and go through to get to this point
Awesome.
and grow. It's a lot of
Yes.
growth. It's a lot of
Yes.
growth,
Yes.
personal growth.
And that's what I would really encourage you to reflect on of who am I now? And that's going to launch you for the next goal because I see way more than just confident, courageous, but I forgot to bring my charger down. And since we're reaching an hour, we're going to have to wrap it up. But
Sure.
um, before you set your sights on the next goal, I really just take 5 minutes and sit down and just brainstorm of who have I become? Because I
Mhm.
see a lot, I mean, savvy, dedicated, persistent, I mean, grit. You can get through it. You have so much more belief. So I would really sit down with that. But I so appreciate you being on tonight. Oh
Thank
my
you.
God. Like, I'm just like, I know Esther, like, Esther is like, oh my God, like, you could be number one Queen's Court of sales next year. You can be in the top 20 or number one because if you did that in that little bit of time, there are not a lot of people who do that. If you could do that consistently now, just, oh my gosh. Top 20, dear. Top 20, if not top 10, if not top three with that big bumblebee. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I see. My consultants are probably, oh gosh, here she goes. But that is what I see because I've never even done that. Never. 25 new customers from referrals in 1 to 2 months. That's incredible, Mary. There's not a lot of people who do that. So, director, like It's all there for you. It is all there.
Yeah.
Um, please sit down and write it out. Okay, and I think this is Brenda. She says, "Thank you so much, Mary. You've really helped by sharing. So thank you. I'm like in tears because
Thank you.
so darn.
Thank you very much.
I am just so like ecstatic. Like you have just made it even that more special to share what you did. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
And
you. Beautiful.
I cannot tell you how helpful this has been. And
Okay.
I mean, I know next year you're going to be standing on the stage, not walking, standing, standing. Okay. Many
Yeah.
times, many times. That's it. So stand and deliver is your
Yes.
night you. I night you stand and deliver.
Yes.
Okay, my dear, but you've given us hope and confidence and a picture of what can be done to walk across the stage. So that is huge. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Okay, well, thanks everybody for being on tonight and go for it. Now you know what you can do.
It's a
That
new year.
challenge is just the bottom, it's not the top. As Mary said, her director encouraged her, so I'm going to encourage you guys to keep just growing and growing and growing and pick a star consultant level to achieve. Start with Sapphire and then just like Mary did, build from there. So thank
Mhm.
you, Mary. Have a great evening, everybody. Take
Bye.
care. You did wonderfully, Mary.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.